She's pulled the window. She's trying.
Joel here with Bodycam Breakdown TV. Today's footage comes from Crime Scrutiny. If you want to watch the original video without my commentary or breakdown, I'll have the full footage linked below so you can watch it start to finish. If you enjoy these videos, hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel grow and you'll never miss a new breakdown. What begins as a traffic stop involving dark window tint and concerns with the vehicle's plates quickly becomes a dispute over the officer's authority, as the driver insists she isn't driving at all, but simply traveling. The breakdown starts now.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Can you put the window down a little bit more, please?
I can hear you.
All right.
What did you pull me in?
You're all tinted out, and there's no plates.
There is plates. There's plates in my car.
Where's the plates?
It's one in the back and one in the front.
Well, it says in the back it's not a plate. It's not an Ohio plate. Or any state.
I'm from Ohio.
Where are you from?
Her attitude matters because she's already challenging the officer's purpose before the basic traffic stop process can move forward. The officer is keeping the explanation focused on the tint and plate concerns, but her response suggests this may become less about resolving those issues and more about disputing his authority.
I'm from Morocco.
Speak up, please.
I'm from Morocco.
Morocco?
Yeah, that's the name of this country. It's called Morocco.
Okay. Well, you need a plate.
I do.
You don't have a plate.
That's a plate issue by my
Do you have your registration?
That's a plate issue by my consulate. I'm not from this area.
Okay, so where are you from?
Her answer and tone suggest she may be trying to control the conversation by forcing the officer into her preferred framework. The officer's questions still serve an investigative purpose. He's gathering basic information rather than getting pulled into a debate over how she defines her status.
Corporate State, Illinois. I'm from Illinois State, the Corporation of Illinois.
Okay. Do you have your license on you?
I have my nationality card, that's it.
That's not a license.
It's a nationality card.
All right, I need a license.
I'm not driving, I'm traveling.
You're driving. If you're on the road, you're driving.
Where's your supervisor at? So I can speak to the supervisor.
This is where the argument shifts away from the reason for the stop. She's distinguishing between driving and traveling while offering a nationality card instead of the license the officer requested. The officer isn't engaging with that interpretation. He's keeping the conversation centered on identifying the driver and completing the traffic stop.
You can talk to our supervisor when you're done at the station.
Okay, I'm not going to the station. I didn't do anything illegal.
We need your driver's
I
license.
didn't do anything illegal. What was the reason for you pulling me over?
I've already given you 2 reasons.
I need a driver's license and an insurance
I'm
card
not
for the
driving,
vehicle.
I'm traveling.
You are driving.
I'm not driving.
Yeah,
I'm
you're.
traveling.
Yep, you're driving.
The officer is now avoiding the legal debate and repeatedly returning to the documents he needs for the stop, a license and proof of insurance. Her insistence that she isn't driving doesn't answer those requests. So from the officer's perspective, the stop can't meaningfully move forward until he gets the information he's asking for.
You're behind the.
Okay, so am I transporting goods and people?
It doesn't matter. You're driving a motor vehicle on the roadway in the United States of America. You're driving a car.
This is an engine. It doesn't have a motor in it. It has an engine.
We're not going to play these games.
I'm not playing no game.
You need to identify yourself.
Nia McLean L.
Notice what the officer is doing here. He's refusing to get pulled into arguments over definitions like motor, engine, or whether she's transporting anyone. He keeps returning to identification because debating terminology doesn't resolve the purpose of the stop. Identifying the driver does.
EL. Make sure you add the EL.
Date of birth?
You don't need that.
I need your date of birth. You need to identify yourself, all right?
I gave you my first and last name. That's all you need. That's all I'm giving you.
You have to identify yourself, or else you go to jail.
I just identify myself. Nia McLean-L. I just identify myself.
Where are you from?
I'm from Corporate State, Illinois.
She believes giving a name should satisfy the officer, but he's clearly asking for additional identifying information to establish who he's dealing with. That distinction matters because repeating the same limited information doesn't move his investigation forward. It keeps the identification issue unresolved.
Okay, do you have an Illinois ID?
I have a nationality card, sir. You asked me for identification. The nationality card takes the place of a driver's license.
We need a nationality card does not take the place of a driver's license.
If foreigners not living in this area,
you need a driver's license to drive on the roadways.
But that's if I'm transporting goods, services, and people.
She's treating the nationality card and her definition of driving as exceptions to what the officer is requesting. But the officer isn't accepting that framework. His approach is becoming very deliberate here. State what documentation he needs, explain why he's asking for it, and avoid letting the stop turn into an endless debate over terminology.
I'm just traveling by myself.
It doesn't matter if you're by yourself or you're with 17 other people on a bus.
I need a driver's license.
You need a driver's license. If you don't provide an identification, you're going to be taken to jail. You're prolonging the stop for no reason.
But you all stopped me for no reason.
Nope, he didn't. The stop's legal and you just want to act like a child.
This is an important shift. The officer is now attaching a clear consequence to her continued refusal instead of continuing the same argument. He's also pointing out that the back and forth is extending the stop, giving her a direct opportunity to provide the requested information and move the process forward.
All right, we're going to have you step out the car.
I need to speak to you.
Supervisor's right here.
Okay, well, I'll speak to him. I don't want to speak to him.
Yeah, come on out. I can talk to you.
Oh, no, I'm not coming outside. I can talk to you right here.
You've been ordered out of the car. Do you
Been
understand
ordered
that?
out of the car.
I'm not coming out the car.
You understand you're going to be placed under arrest if you don't exit the car?
I didn't do anything wrong. Why are you all trying to intimidate me?
Now that the supervisor she requested is present, the focus has shifted away from debating the stop and toward whether she'll follow the instruction to step out. Officers are also clearly explaining the consequence of refusing, giving her another opportunity to cooperate before they decide how to proceed.
We're not trying to intimidate you. I've been trying to cooperate with... She's closed the window. She's trying.
That decision completely changes the officer's priorities. This is no longer a stationary disagreement where they can keep working through communication. Once she drives away, officers have to reassess the situation around a moving vehicle and decide how they're going to respond to that new risk. The failed box-in attempt means officers haven't been able to contain the vehicle, and once she reaches the exit, their priorities change again. They now have to coordinate their response around where she's heading rather than trying to resolve the original stop in one location.
Stop with the grappler near the railroad tracks for park.
All right. Naya, step out of the car! Yes, that's it!
With the vehicle stopped, officers are likely trying to avoid immediately approaching after what just happened. Giving commands from a distance lets them control the next movement. They want her exiting on their terms rather than creating another unpredictable decision from inside the car.
Naya, walk backwards to the sound of my voice. Walk backwards. Keep coming back. Get up on the sidewalk. Keep coming back.
Come back, keep coming back. Keep coming. Step to your right. Step to your right. Get down on your knees. Lay down on your stomach and put your hands behind your back.
After driving away from the original stop, she was eventually stopped again and taken into custody. According to the available court records, she faced 2 counts of failure to comply with an officer's order or signal, along with obstructing official business, and a charge involving fraudulent activity related to a vehicle identification number. The final disposition of the case was not confirmed in the available records. What stands out is how the encounter moved from a prolonged disagreement over the officer's authority to a completely different situation once she decided to drive away, forcing officers to shift from communication to safely stopping the vehicle. Do you think officers gave her enough opportunities to cooperate before the situation reached that point? Let me know in the comments below. That's it for this video. How do you think officers handled this one? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoy these types of breakdowns, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next breakdown.